Worcester's Rock Station in Boston, 736. And every now and then we check in with your Worcester Railers head coach and general manager, Jordan Lavallee-Smotherman, or Jay Smoothie, as I like to call him. And Jordan, good to hear from you, man. It's been a little while since we talked.
It's been too long, guys. Well, it took you guys getting a new studio to make it happen.
Yeah, our phones actually work now where we can take your call. So we're very excited about that. Yeah, great. So it's been a tough couple of weeks for the team, but you guys had a win the last game, right?
Big win Sunday night.
Yeah, huge win, and you're kind of battling it out in second place in the North standings. And you got, I believe, Reading's coming up on Friday.
Yeah, we've got Reading back-to-back Friday, Saturday, a home and home with them. So huge games for us. Now that we finally feel like we've put all the excuses to bed, we have a healthy team for the first time in like a month and a half, and now it's time to see if these guys can turn it around, if we can do that as a group.
This has happened a few weeks ago, and we were supposed to talk, but then we were in the temporary studio, which had one of those old crank phones that you had to tell the operator what number you call, so we couldn't talk to you. But you had a team meeting after one of the losses. What can you tell us what you told the team to kind of snap them out of it?
Unfortunately, we've had to have a few of those lately, so I'm not sure we've narrowed it down to the one specific meeting. But the message has been pretty consistent. It's maybe the intensity of the message that has changed within the meeting. But for us, it's all about being simple. We get into trouble as a hockey team when we try and do too much with the puck. We end up turning the puck too much over in the neutral zone, and so it was trying to simplify the message as much as possible. And I feel like we accomplished that on Saturday night after that loss against Maine at home. And the guys really came out the next night with a little piss and vinegar
nice.
and played the game the right way. So yeah. I'm hoping with a week of practice we can keep them doing that.
Yeah, Smo, the boys came out flying, scoring Sunday within the first minute and then scored again quickly. The games have been, regardless of the score, a lot of fun. We had the Stanley Cup in the building recently. We had Rich Gedman and Jose Antonio Rivera there Saturday night. Every Friday night, like this Friday night, we've got live local bands, special concession prices, $2 popcorn, $3 soda, $4 nachos, $5 Bud Lights in the Bud Light Lounge during Friday night games. Tickets start at $15, so it's a lot of fun if you want to go to RailersHC.com for Friday night's game. And then Star Wars night is coming up, Shu.
Yeah, February 4th, Star Wars night. And I know I've complained about this to you before, Jay Smoothie, but that's great. No, I love how you have Star Wars night and everybody dresses up. The last one I went to was fantastic.
It's awesome.
Tons of costumes. Everybody had fun. But where is the Star Trek night?
Oh, boy.
All right. What about the Trekkies, Smoothie?
I think it's strictly a business thing. I'm pretty sure that Marvel and maybe Disney have partnered with the league in some way. So it comes down to more of a corporate decision. It's way above my pay grade.
Listen, man. I'll just say this. I always say this. Star Wars is fantasy. Star Trek is reality.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you got to pay tribute to the greatest TV show and some of the greatest movies of all time. I'm just throwing that out there again. Just want to make sure, Adam.
There's a group that does awesome costumes, like the Darth Vader looks and sounds like Darth Vader. The costumes are great. Speaking of getting dressed, I don't know if you know this, Shu. Smo and his assistant coach, they dress like twinsies on the bench every game.
Oh, my God. Do you guys plan that? Do you really plan that?
So our thought on that is, our team dress is the same. We should be there with them. If you ever watch, soccer over in Europe, or you watch those games over there, you'll see their staffs are typically dressed similarly, and we want to feel like part of the group too.
I love it.
I always wondered about that. Like, in baseball, the manager dresses. All the coaches dress.
Yeah.
Right? Football, they're not dressed, but they're wearing like Belichick's got the cutoff hoodie and stuff like that. Why? I mean, is that like a hockey rule that the coaches have to wear a suit? Like, why can't they wear jerseys like the rest of the players?
I think it's just tradition. They've worn suits since back in the day. Okay. But if you guys really want, maybe I'll look into wearing my full gear standing behind the bench for a game, just to give it maybe on Who Sox night, just to
there you go
across the board.
There you go. There you go. All right, man. And I saw Tikkanen got called up to Bridgeport. So, I mean, he's been doing great. And but you got a couple of guys in there ready to go, right?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we've got Tim Appleby back, and we've had Graham with us now for a month or so, who's a young kid who's done really well in the time that he's gotten out there. Happy for Teeks. The kid has done. He's stood on his head a couple times for us this year, so nice to see him get the opportunity there.
And I don't know if you saw this video. I saw this last night. Brock Nelson and Adam, you were talking about this because you were watching the game. Brock Nelson on the Islanders got whacked in the face with a stick, which looked like a penalty to me. I mean, it was a very.
Oh, I was screaming at the TV.
It was a smooth penalty.
Go ahead.
But it hit him in the mouth. He went to the bench and pulled out his own tooth and gave it to the trainer.
That's right.
All right. Have you ever has that ever happened to you? Have you seen that happen on the bench when you were playing? And have you ever had to do any kind of bench surgery while you were playing?
So I've gotten plenty of stitches, but I will say there was a game I was playing over in Cardiff in the English League. And typically when you get cut, you go back into the locker room. They've got a medical table. The doctor comes in and sees you there. That was not the case in Cardiff. So it happened right at the end of the first or second period. And it was right above my eyebrow. And so they just had me sit on the bench between periods in front of all the fans in intermission, and the doctor came out, and I just sat there, and they stitched me up right there on the bench in front of everybody.
See,
what?
I think that's the right thing to do. I think so, because that's just added value to the game.
Oh, it's entertainment?
It's entertainment and educational. Okay, there's a lot of kids at the game. They're wondering, some might get into the medical profession.
Oh my God!
I think that's a good move.
Wow.
So
the doctor had to tell me to stop laughing because my face kept moving. I'm thinking this is ridiculous. I'm having facial surgery on a hockey bench
from some drunk Scottish guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? In Cardiff, Wales. Last month they had to delay the Zamboni coming out and cleaning the ice between periods because there was a search for a tooth on the ice.
Oh, really? Oh,
that's right. I forgot about that too. Yeah, that does happen every once in a while as well.
Jordan Lavallee-Smotherman, thank you very much for checking in. Friday night, DCU Center, Railers taking on Reading. They're battling it out. It's like Reading and Maine, and you guys are battling it out behind Newfoundland, trying to get up to work your way back up the standings there. So it should be a great game. And Adam mentioned all the deals. You can go to RailersHC.com for more info on that. Jordan, thanks a lot for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guys. Thank you.